you been enjoying AwesomeCon?
It's been great. It's my first AwesomeCon, and it's also my first convention after the pandemic, or not after the pandemic, but since before the world ended, basically.
We're still technically
mid-pandemic, but it's really nice. It's really spread out. Everyone's been super friendly. I've had a great time.
Nice. So you're obviously here in the Artist Alley. You're right by where the photo ops are for all the celebs
I
and
know.
the autographs. What's it like being like this close to all the celebrities?
Oh my gosh, it's very hard to stay at my table and not go over to like wander and see what Michael J. Fox is doing or whatever. It's very tempting. It's very tempting.
So right here, we're gonna showcase some of your work right here.
Oh, thanks.
Actually, I'm gonna flip the camera around so we can do it the proper way. We got some Rick and Morty, which by the way, I love Rick and Morty.
Oh my gosh, me too. Thank you.
We got My Little Pony. My Little Pony and Transformers.
Yes, which sounds fake but is real.
I'm sorry, I need to hold this up. Could you please explain this one to me, please?
Of course. Well, there's a rift in the universe, and some robots from Cybertron end up in Equestria, and then they have to get home. So adventures ensue.
And then, of course, we have Invader Zim.
Yep.
And the Fangirl Journal for Leveling Up.
Yes, indeed. It's like fill-outable, so it's kind of like a guided worksheet kind of book, which is fun. And then I just did a Star Wars as well, which was fun.
What's it like working on a Star Wars now with because that one says IDW on it.
Yes.
And now it's technically under Disney, because I believe Marvel's now doing it.
It's so great. IDW does all the Star Wars all ages comics, so these are like they can be read by younger kids as well, whereas Marvel does some of the more mature comics for them, and I love writing comics for kids, you know? It's a great time. As opposed to Rick and Morty, which is not for children.
Wait, Rick and Morty's for kids? What?
It's not for children. The opposite. And this one is Rick and Morty end up in like a fairy tale universe, which is
I've actually seen that in my local comic book store.
Oh, really?
I haven't picked it up yet because there's been some other stuff like they're doing the Rick and Morty Presents.
Yes,
where
totally.
Where they're like doing more backstories on the other characters. So what's more of the story for Ever After? Because I have actually seen this one in the comic book stores, but I actually haven't picked it up.
Okay. So Rick and Morty Ever After is basically Rick and Morty gets sucked into a book of like Grimm's fairy tales called Avalonia, Sad Stories for Bad Children. And they have to find their way out.
So it's just like any other Rick and Morty adventure, but just,
with a little fairy tale twist.
It's kind of like when the Family Guy episode of the multiverse.
Exactly.
And we have Stewie and Brian in Disney World, essentially.
That's exactly. Very much so.
I actually have the It's a Wonderful Day for Pi as my alarm for waking up in the morning.
And it's true every time.
Yep. So what are some of the things outside of being like near the celebrities and stuff like that? What have been some of the bigger highlights for you here at the con?
Oh, well, I've been on 3 panels. I have a 4th panel today, and I always love doing panels and being able to talk about writing and the art of writing and, creating comics. And I also make video games, and so kind of what is that like compared to comics? So that's been a lot of fun. And just being back, this is my first, like I said, my first convention since the before time.
This is my first too.
So it's so great being back in this environment. It feels amazing.
It's exciting to be back, but it's a little weird.
Oh my gosh!
And a little nerve-wracking at times too, because it's like, are people going to follow the rules and stuff like that? And we all saw the infamous tweet last night.
And it really has been like the perfect con. The aisles are really spread out, not too busy. Everybody's been super respectful and kind. Like, been really grateful to be here. Yeah.
So, what panels do you have left today?
Today at 2:30, I'm going to be on a panel about writing a series because, I write Captain Marvel. I've written a few of the My Little Pony and Transformers and Rick and Morty and Star Wars series now. So we're going to get into what it's like to write series for IPs, I think.
Oh, nice.
It'll be fun.
And I have to ask, you brought up video games. What video games have you written?
The next video game I have coming out is Call of Duty Vanguard. It comes out on November 5th. It just got announced. But previously I worked on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart.
I don't have a PS5 yet.
Oh my gosh, when you get it,
So we're live on Twitch, and with 0 viewers. But I actually recently did a run for the 2016 PS4 Ratchet & Clank.
Oh god, I love that game.
Yeah,
it's so well made.
Yeah,
I worked on Marvel Spider-Man. I worked on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is also not out yet, but will be out next year with Borderlands, like a bunch of stuff. So, but Call of Duty's next. So
yeah, I have Marvel Spider-Man. I actually picked up during the pandemic, going like, I'm gonna play this, and I still haven't played it yet.
It's honestly, it feels so good. I love swinging around as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been telling me, but I've always had the difficulty playing those type of games.
I totally get it.
Yeah, so.
For sure. This was so fun. It was so nice to meet you, man.
Yeah,
thank you so much for coming by and for the interview.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sam Meggs. And where can the people find you on social media?
Just my name, sammeggs.com, Sam Meggs on Twitter and Instagram, and on TikTok, I am Sam Writes a Lot, and I spend way too much time on TikTok, so hope to see you there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You have a great rest of the con.
You too.